If you watched any of my past boss videos, you know I just do the boss, but because this is an event dungeon, I want to run through the entire dungeon, so get ready. The first section of this dungeon, you're going to come to an opening with a whole bunch of pumpkins. There's a random key in one of the pumpkins, so you want to try to pick up the pumpkins until you get that key. Once someone has the key, you'll be notified with a found key at the top of the screen, and then you can open this gate. You do not need to kill the mob. If people want to kill them, let them kill them. This group just wanted to rush through, so we decided to rush through, get the key, open the gate, and then just hop in the carriage and you can go on your way. Section number 2 is asking something similar. However, this time you want small pumpkins. So there's a pumpkin right here that's very small near the staircase. What you want to do is grab that pumpkin and bring it to the carriage. When you grab these small pumpkins, your character cannot attack and you have a 30-second timer to get to the carriage. If you get attacked, you will drop the pumpkin. From there, you're gonna need to go in the gate and get 2 more pumpkins. Again, you're looking for these small pumpkins, but some people still might pick up the big ones because they just don't know. It's a new dungeon, let them have fun, but get the small pumpkins. Again, if you are attacked, and I'm gonna demonstrate it here, you will drop the pumpkin. So, boop, there you go. I dropped it. Once you have all 3 of the pumpkins on the carriage will be able to take flight once again. The third section is a boss fight and it's pretty easy, but there's one mechanic that might screw everybody over. The mechanic is when he spawns pumpkins that chases all the players. What you want to do is drag the pumpkin to a light source. Once you drag it to the light source, do not move, just let it sit there and move out of the way. If you start running around, it will break off that light source. So just put it there and just wait for it to explode. Once it explodes, you can go back to fighting the boss. Should someone not do it right, they will be trapped in a pumpkin. What you want to do is break the pumpkin. Go to them and break the pumpkin. If you don't break the pumpkin in time, it'll kill the player. So break the pumpkin as soon as you see someone trapped. The fourth section of this dungeon is kind of like a mini game. I don't want to spoil it for you, but once you get down the tunnel, you're going to come across 3 lights that you cannot pass. You have to go on those 3 lights, or at least one of them, and you're going to get paralyzed. So as an example, you'll see right here, the player goes on it and he gets paralyzed. There are only 2 spots like that. After that, continue and go about your business. The first mechanic of the boss is before the boss even starts. He's gonna mark a player. It's gonna be a random player or someone who's the first to get to the arena. I don't know which, but that player is gonna have their stats limited. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but just so you know what it does. The first mechanic of the boss is he's gonna suck everyone in and you wanna run out the circle. If you're melee, you can run back in. If you're ranged, you can walk out. Really doesn't matter, but just avoid the circle. The second mechanic is the boss is gonna target 2 players and he's gonna shoot flames to chase them. As long as you circle the boss, you're gonna be okay. The next mechanic, the boss is gonna rain down some pumpkins that have a timer. You wanna push them into the boss. Don't get mad at people for doing it wrong or not doing it at all. It's a new dungeon, they're just trying to have fun and have a good time. If you mess up, it's not major. The shield does have a timer should you mess up and it will deplete. This dungeon is very forgiving. The next mechanic, he's gonna spawn pumpkins that push you. The goal is to go to the flashing pumpkin so that you're trapped in a pumpkin. Once you're trapped, the boss is going to do a huge AoE move, and if you are in a pumpkin, you're not going to get hurt. If you're not in a pumpkin, you're going to die just like that guy over there. I do want to note that if you do die, it's not the end of the world. All you have to do is go on the stairs and fly back into the boss fight. This fight is meant to be fun. This dungeon is meant to be fun. It would make no sense if they locked you out because you die. Just fly over the wall and you're good to go. This last mechanic is one of my favorite mechanics in any game. If you've ever seen Squid Games, you know how this goes. What he's gonna do is he's gonna turn you into like this mosquito. The best way to do this is when you see that circle go close to the boss, you wanna use the action key to sit on the ground. Again, it's like Squid Games. If you're seen moving, he's gonna stun you. So as soon as he sucks in, sit on the ground, he's not gonna stun you. As soon as he says gotcha, you can keep moving again. There is no harm in that. Again, sucks in, sit down, gotcha, go forward. Once you're in the ring, you transform back, stay in the ring so that way you're safe from the explosion. Do the same mechanics over and over, and just like that, you have a success. If you're curious about how to get more candy corn, you need candy corn to open the pumpkin chest. If you're curious about that, I have a video up already, description below, linked at the end of this video. It's gonna explain how to get more candy corn so you can get the most out of this event. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often, will often.